Welcome to the Young CEOs Mastermind Call. We have these every single Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am your host. My name is Andre Kennedy, aka Free Play Dre. And you guys can follow my socials here if you don't already have me added. And if you do already have me added and you are not a member of our community, you can see our link down here. It's at dazzler.com. You can click Get Started once you enter the website, and that's going to allow you to have access to not only our course, but also our group Telegram chat. And you can access that at the top of the page where it says Members Login. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, I'm going to quickly introduce myself, and then we're going to go into the topic and the value that I have to give you guys today. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Andre Kennedy. I am 30 years old, and I have successfully acquired over $150,000 worth of credit capital. And I've done that by stacking credit cards, okay? And when I say stacking credit cards, I utilize 0% interest to buy things like real estate, rental cars, and vending machines. Okay, so that allows me to then have cash flow, okay, and the cash flow from the assets pays back the credit card, okay? So I have a balance on my credit card, yes, but it's paid off by the assets, okay? And then after you pay off the credit card with the assets that were purchased, everything else after that becomes cash flow, okay? So today's topic is basically going to be on banking rules. Give me 1 second here. And okay, perfect. So today's topic is going to be on banking rules, and we're going to discuss some very important information tonight. Okay, so when it comes to banking rules and banking relationships, basically this is how it works, right? So in order to get to the next level, which is after you've already got the beginner credit cards, after you've already secured your next step, which is getting access to Navy and utilizing Navy to get your first unsecured card, now we're starting to move into the process where we're going to activate the major banks, okay? And this is going to require you to have history on your profile, so you're not just going to get this right away, which is why it's very important to utilize the strategy of getting authorized user trade lines. That's what actually helps to fast track the process, especially if you have no credit history to begin with, okay? And by adding authorized user trade lines, we're able to boost your credit history, which allows you to qualify for some of these major bank credit cards, okay? So one of the major bank credit cards that we're going to be talking about is going to be Chase. Another one's going to be American Express. And the last one's going to be Bank of America. And I'm going to be sharing my screen today because I want to go over these banks in detail. And I want you guys to really grasp what the information is about these banks and why they're so important. Okay, so one of the first and foremost things we need to do before we even get access to these banks is we need to create relationships with these banks. And what do I mean by relationships? Well, when I'm discussing relationships, what I mean is creating a checking account and a savings account with these banks, okay? There's something which is called a bank rating, okay? And these banks are rating you based on relationship that you already have with them, okay? And the way that they rank you is pretty much the amount of money that you are placing in your checking and your saving, okay? So your bank rating goes up the more money you have in your checking account, okay? It's kind of like they're pre-qualifying you based on, your revenue, okay? So if you have a decent amount of revenue, you've saved up money in your from your job, and you're placing your money in their bank, these banks receive benefit from you just having money sitting in your checking account, okay? And that's why they they incentivize us to put high amounts of money into our checkings or our savings, okay? And the reason why they do that is because they have a certain criteria to be able to lend out 10 times as much as what they have in revenue, okay? So in the banking world, if I have maybe $10,000 from 10 different people, that's about what, $100,000, right? So if I have $100,000 and due to the rules and regulations, I'm allowed to lend out 10 times as much as I have in my revenue, then I'm going to be able to lend out a lot more. And if you know a little bit about the banking industry, you're going to make interest on top of the money that you lend out. So it's the more money that you can make. So instead of me just having $10,000 from 10 people, right? And this is just on a small scale. Obviously, the banking world has millions and billions of people that are banking with them. Well, at least they're trying, right? And this is why we're going to, as a bank, incentivize people to sign up for a checking account, whether it be giving them banking bonuses for meeting certain criteria, right? We're going to incentivize them to put money in their checking account or to, pull their direct deposits into our checking accounts, right? So I'm kind of giving you guys the mindset of how these banks think when they're dealing with the current consumer, right? So they're trying to give you guys incentive to bank with them so that they have more money in their checkings and savings and revenue total, and they're able to lend out 10 times as much, okay? So that's kind of the background behind the banking. Now, when we're talking about building relationships, I had mentioned, relationships is, you putting money in those checking and savings accounts. So there's something out there, it's called the 50-50 play, which is basically putting $50 in a checking account, $50 in a savings account, and, that's kind of establishing a relationship. Now, with these major banks, that's not quite sufficient enough. Why? Because you're going to accrue certain fees and things like that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen because I want you guys to see these banks. So the first bank that we're going to dive into is going to be Chase, okay? So what I did here was I simply Googled Chase, okay? And this is their main page on their website, right? So you can see they're incentivizing you already, okay? As soon as you log on the chase.com website, enjoy $300 new Chase checking customers, okay? So they're already right off the bat incentivizing us to create a checking account with them, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I want you guys to follow along with me, okay? Because they're incentivizing you to create a checking account. But in order to get this bonus, we want to see what the criteria is, okay? And just for the sake of this video, I want to inform you guys that my job is to help you guys get these bonuses, okay? And the reason why is because this is basically free money, okay? When you meet their criteria, yes, they're incentivizing you to get money into their checking or savings, but it's still your money, right? You still have access to the money that's in your checking and the money that's in your savings account, okay? But they're going to give you a bonus, okay? And this $300 bonus can cover either your membership fee or can cover a down deposit into another bank, which you can then roll over and get another bonus. Okay, so that's like a banking bonus strategy right there, just in very brief terms. So what I'm going to show you guys right now, like I said, we're going to go and see what the criteria is for opening up this Chase checking account. So follow along with me here. So they say, enjoy $300 as a new Chase checking customer when you open a total checking account and make direct deposits. Okay, we mentioned direct deposits. So what is a direct deposit? Okay, a direct deposit is simply you switching your payroll. Okay, so if you have currently whatever job that you're working at, they either write you a pay stub, like a check stub, or you get it direct deposited into one of your checking accounts. Okay. And what they're incentivizing you to do, I'm talking about Chase, is they're incentivizing you to get that direct deposit into your new checking account, which is your Chase Total Checking. Okay. Now, what it says is, and make direct deposits totaling $500 or more within 90 days of coupon enrollment. Okay. So with this offer, and you will receive this offer, the link will be in the description below, or in the link below of this video. What you will be able to do is you'll be able to switch your direct deposit, and as long as you're getting paychecks that are more than $500, now it says totaling $500. So that means your first check, usually people get paid either weekly or bi-weekly, okay? And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section as I'm going through this video. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions, especially those that are a member of the community, okay? So with that being said, direct deposit totaling $500 or more within 90 days of coupon enrollment, okay? So all you're doing is simply getting your direct deposits here. It has to total $500 or more. So you're either getting paid weekly or bi-weekly. If you're getting paid bi-weekly, you want your paychecks bi-weekly to be minimum $250, okay? Because by the end of the first month, you should already have this. Now, even if it takes 2 months, okay, that's only 60 days, right? 30 days in a month. 2 months, that's only about 60 days. So they're giving you 3 months to get $300 bonus just by direct depositing $500 or more, okay? And if you know, the membership fee for Dazzlu.com is only $47. So if you are getting a $300 bonus, okay, this is already paying for pretty much like what, 6 months of your membership already, okay? And this is just one bank. We didn't even get into the other two, okay? Not to mention there's a bunch of other banks that offer this banking bonus. Now, for members of my community at Dazzlu.com, I teach you guys how to get direct deposits, even if you don't have a job, okay? If you have access to the funds, you can actually create a direct deposit, and I show you guys how to do that. Okay, so that is a strategy to be able to get pretty much any banking bonus, because a lot of them, like I said, are giving you incentive to get your direct deposits into their checking accounts. So if you create multiple checking accounts with multiple different banks, and you pretty much take this direct deposit bonus, okay, after you get the 300 from your direct deposits, you take this 300 and you utilize this money to become a direct deposit into another bank, and you get that bonus, which might be another $300 or $100 or $200, depending on what the bonus is, okay, and so forth and so forth. So you can actually accrue a large amount of money simply by just doing banking bonuses, okay? But as you guys know, we're more here for the credit card, okay? And that's how we're going to utilize the credit cards to be able to buy assets, right? That's the whole objective. But this banking bonus thing is something that we came across just by simply relationship banking. So this is also another strategy to be able to make money while you are waiting for specific credit cards or specific rules, okay? Now, that is the checking account bonus. Now, I will read you these quick little things here that you need to know because this is very important. So, with the Chase Total Checking, right, the one that we're just talking about, this offer does expire on the 22nd of January 2025. Now, this will most likely renew. Okay, so a lot of times this will renew and it'll be good for either another 6 months to a year. Okay, so usually this does renew, but I just wanted to make that known that this offer does expire on the 22nd. So if you're watching this video today, as of Sunday, December 29th, getting ready to go into the new year, you would still qualify for this bonus. Now, another thing that you need to know is there are monthly service fees. With these major banks, there is a lot of, monthly maintenance fee, they might call it, or a monthly service fee. Okay. Now, what you need to be aware of is you can waive these fees. Okay. There is methods to be able to waive these fees, and this is what it is. Okay. You can get electronic bonuses made into this bank account totaling 500 or more, such as payments, payroll providers. Okay. So that's like the direct deposit thing. Facilitate payments. Okay. Okay. So that's one way. Okay. So it says $12 monthly service fee, or $0 with one of the following. Okay. And with one of the following being direct deposits totaling 500 or more every month. Okay. So if you're getting paid more than $500 in direct deposits every month, you should be good. It could potentially waive that fee. Or another method to waive the fee is going to be your balance at the beginning of each day has to be $1,500 or more in the account. Okay, so you can pretty much save up about, if you have $1,500 in your savings, you can move it into this checking account, the Chase Total Checking, and that'll waive the fee every month, so you won't be stuck paying $12 every month, right? Because that adds up. $12 a month times 12. Let's do the math on that. You're paying something per year. Let's see. I know that should be simple math, but I'm going to go ahead and calculate it. So 12 times 12 is $144 a year that you would be paying just to maintain a checking account. Okay, so that's why it's very important to activate one of these criteria that's going to waive that monthly fee. Okay, now also another way to waive the monthly fee of $12 is having an average beginning day balance of 5,000 or more in any combination of this account linked qualified Chase checking, savings, or other balances. Okay, so between your checking, savings, and other balances, a total of $5,000 on average at the beginning of each day. Okay, I think the easiest, in my opinion, is to just set aside about $1,500, put that in the Chase checking account, let it sit there, and you won't ever accrue that monthly service fee. Plus, remember, we talked about relationship banking and bank criteria and, bank status. Basically, having that $1,500 in there is going to increase your chances of getting higher credit limits with said bank. Okay, so very important, relationship banking. Okay, that's pretty much it in a nutshell when it comes to Chase for their checking account. So link will be in the description below in order to sign up. I do have an affiliate link with Chase. Now, if you guys are a member of Chase already, you should have your own affiliate link with Chase, and you can send them this offer. And if they complete this criteria, you get pretty much about $50 per sign up. Okay. So we are in the space of affiliate marketing as well, right? Whether it be with Dazzlu.com and sharing that opportunity of building your credit with other people, or you can have them sign up for these banks and get paid as well. Okay, but they have to meet this criteria in order for you and them to get paid. They get the $300 bonus, you get $50 for referring them. Okay, so very important key point there. And let's move forward to what we really want to talk about, which is credit cards with Chase. Okay, now Chase is very important in our credit stacking phase because Chase is one of the major banks. They're going to give one of the highest limits. Okay, just from experience, I got a $7,500 personal credit card with them, and I also got a $13,000 business credit card with them. Okay, so very important to note because they do give some high limits. Now, I've experienced people getting $50,000 limits from Chase. Okay, now the best thing for you to do is walk in the bank and do this application, but you can do a pre-approval online. Okay, this takes 5 minutes, as you can see. And this is something that I want to tell you guys a little bit more about is when we get past these major banks, which is going to be Chase, American Express, and Bank of America, after we get the strict criteria banks out of the way, we want to look for pre-qualified applications. So this pre-qualified application pretty much means that they're going to run a soft pull on our credit, not a hard pull, which means we won't get any hard inquiry for just pre-qualifying, okay? And a lot of times that's what we want to do so that we have a guaranteed approval without a hard inquiry, okay? So this is going to tell us whether or not we're even going to be qualified before applying. Okay, this is something you could play around with without getting a hard inquiry, so you can know before time if you're even going to be approved for Chase. Okay, which is important because we don't want to be accruing a lot of hard inquiries without guaranteeing that we're even approved. Okay, and this is how we're going to be able to do that by pre-qualifying. So all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom of this page and you can check your pre-approved offers. I'm not going to do it right now, but it will have you run an application, and then you'll be able to check whether or not you will be approved. Now, this is going to segue me into what I also want to talk about, which is the credit cards that Chase has. Okay, so I have just 3 different tabs here, but you can maneuver through Chase's website and you can find all of this stuff on your own. But I just want to simply go over the criteria, the strict criteria that Chase has, which is they have a 524 rule. Okay, and a lot of people don't know this. This is what took me time to create my credit stacking sequence, is by knowing these banking rules. And a 524 rule simply means that you can only have 5 accounts in the past 24 months and be approved for Chase, okay? If you have any more accounts than 5 in the past 2 years, which is 24 months, then Chase will automatically deny you, okay? They are sifting out, when it comes to credit card applications, they are sifting out people who have excess amount of credit builders on their profile, excess amount of other alternative banks, right? Chase is upper echelon, right? Upper echelon. They want the top people who understand credit to partner with them because they want to make money. They don't want to be getting, back charges and, late fees, and they don't want to deal with a lot of the criteria that happens with, pretty much lower credit scores. Okay, I hate to say that, but typically with people with lower credit scores, they default on credit card accounts. They're not familiar with how the credit space works, okay? So they're weeding out a lot of people with their criteria, okay? They want some of the top echelon people to bank with them. And us as young CEOs and a part of this credit community, we are upper echelon people, okay? We understand the credit space. We understand the 5 factors of credit. We understand that Chase has criteria that we need to meet in order to get approved, okay? So with that being said, we're going to make sure we have less than 5 accounts in the last 24 months before we apply for Chase, and we're going to go ahead and apply for their credit card, given that we do have an authorized user and we have an average age of about a year to 2 years worth of history prior to applying for Chase, okay? Now, another thing that I want to note is Chase's play, so to speak, okay? So, what I want to tell you guys here is simply this. With Chase, okay, yes, they do have bonuses. That's another thing that we can go into here in a moment. But I want to talk about their play, okay? And this is the strategy that I've come up with. Now, if you are trying to get Chase, okay, and you have a good personal credit score, typically if you are approved for Chase's personal card, then that means you would be qualified for their business cards as well, which is why during the process of you waiting out the credit builders and allowing them to season for about 3 months, we want to, be establishing our LLCs, okay, and getting our LLC structured properly with a website, with our domain name, with our business phone number, with our business address, right? Having all of our checklist that we've created, having that complete prior to diving into Chase, okay? And That way we can apply for the business credit card first and apply for the personal credit card the same day. So we're getting twice the amount of funding, okay, which is a strategy. We're getting twice the amount of funding, right, with, meeting their criteria, okay? So let's talk about their first card that we're going to usually aim for, which is going to be the Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. Okay, and these are the ones that we really want to go for, is the ones with no annual fee. Now you could get 1.5% cash back. You could get $200 bonus. You could get the $250 bonus. This is kind of the beginner entry credit card here, and I'm going to click this. And we're going to see kind of what they're offering. So they're offering a $250 bonus, okay? And how do you get the $250 bonus? You can get that after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening, okay? That is another way that you can accrue money, okay, by utilizing the credit card, okay? And this is free money, right? Another incentive, right? And this is why Chase is one of the best banks out there, okay? Because they're offering incentive just for you spending $500 in the first 3 months, which is very easy to do, okay? And if you guys know, if you know, you can get a gift card for $500, okay? And that will activate your bonus. So you're basically getting $250 for free. Simple, okay? Very easy strategy. And not only that, but you're getting 1.5% cash back, and you have no annual fee. And when it comes to no annual fee, that is what we love, okay? Now, I don't want to spend too much time on Chase, but this is another very key point here. You're getting 0% interest, 0% APR for the first 15 months from account opening, which means you can utilize this credit limit to make some business investments or, buy some assets. And you have 15 months to recoup your money that you've spent, okay? Plus, not to mention, you're getting that bonus, right? But you have 15 months to be able to recoup your money and still profit from whatever asset you purchased, okay? And maybe even do it again within that 15 months, okay? So we want to set up, before we go for Chase, we want to set up some business opportunities so we know what we're already going to use this money for, because once we get that credit card, that 15-month timeline starts ticking. And we want to utilize 0% APR while we have it. Okay, we don't want to miss out on the 0 APR offers. We want to take advantage, because after the intro APR, right, and I'm reading this, after the intro period, a variable APR of 19 to 28% is going to be applied. Okay, so that means after that 0% APR runs out, you're going to start getting charged interest on balances that are carried over past 30 days. Okay, so you got to be aware of that. Now, what's great, like I mentioned, no annual fee. Okay, and that is enough about Chase. They do have the business credit cards. We're not going to dive into those just yet. I'll do a video on that a little bit later. So let's move on to the next bank. Remember, they have a 524 rule. So this is one of the first couple banks that we want to get access to. Okay, now, next one, okay, it's going to be American Express. Now, American Express also has a banking rule, right? We want to also create a banking relationship with them. Their rule is this: you need to have 7 accounts within the past 24 months in order to be approved. Well, you need to have 7 accounts or less, okay? Now, when it comes to American Express, they are one of the best banks as well. Now, once you get one hard application from American Express, you can utilize that application to get other cards as well. Okay, and I believe from one application, you can get about 2 to 3 credit cards if you are approved for that first one. Okay, so if you're automatically approved for American Express and you get a credit card from them, go ahead and apply for another one, because they're going to utilize a soft pull for every other credit card that you get from them. Okay, and you can have about 2 within, I believe, 60 days of applying. Okay, so I would roughly apply about every 90 days to get another American Express. But the only thing is, we're going to look at their credit cards here. The only thing with American Express is they only have a few credit cards that are zero annual fee. As you can see, the Platinum card is $695 as an annual fee, right? And I told you guys, we love $0 annual fees. Okay, now this is a bittersweet card, simply because you're getting more points per dollar spent, and you got some other benefits here as well. I'm not going to go too deep into this. Same thing with the gold, $325 annual fee. You have to watch out for your annual fees, okay? But you're getting more points per dollar spent. You get, 4 times on supermarket, U.S. supermarkets, so that's like your Walmart, things like that, Target, etc. Okay, we'll skip past that one. Has an annual fee. This one says you got to be careful. The Blue Cash Preferred, it says zero intro annual fee, okay, for the first year, but then $95 after that, okay? So you got to watch out for that. I don't have the Blue Cash Preferred card. I don't have the gold or the platinum, but what I do have is the Blue Cash Everyday card, okay? Why? No annual fee. I love no annual fees. You're getting 3% cash back at U.S. supermarkets, so you're getting points, cash back just for spending money anyways. You're also getting 3% cash back on all retail online purchases, 3% cash back at gas stations. So that is incentive. Now, another thing, okay, I mentioned these bonus offers, right? This is the welcome offer here with American Express. Earn $200 cash back after you spend $2,000 in purchases on your new card within 6 months of card membership. You will receive $200 cash back in the form of a statement credit. So that will be credited to the balance. Like I said, gift cards or other methods can be utilized, okay? And you can pretty much run up that bonus really quickly and easily, okay? So you got to utilize them while you have them. There is a time limit on these things, and it's very important that you meet that criteria prior to, okay? Now, with also last note about American Express, they do have a pre-qualification. So once you apply for one of these, at the top here, you can see, know if you're pre-approved, know if you're approved for a card with no impact to your credit score. So it's not going to hard pull you right away. And once you do, you can accept the offer, right? Accept the card. If you choose to accept the card, the information we provide to the credit bureaus may impact your credit score. So once you do accept the offer, then it does become a hard pull, okay? So you have to, know that prior to going in. So it will be a soft pull for the application, but it'll be a hard pull if you accept the offer. Okay, they do have some other cards here. Zero annual fee, but then it's $150, and then there's other ones here. You could look through them, but majority of these all have annual fees. Got to watch out for that. But the one that I love, Blue Cash every day. Okay, so 724 rule. They do pull Experian typically. You have to double check that with your state. Every state could be different, but they do pull Experian. Same thing with Chase. Going back to Chase real quickly, they do pull Experian as well. Okay, so that is noted. Make sure you note that. Now, the last bank is going to be Bank of America, and I'm kind of speeding through this so I can cut the time on this video. But the last bank is going to be Bank of America. They have a 724 rule, but only if you already have a previous checking account. So we mentioned relationship banking. So what you want to do is you want to open up a checking and a savings. So if you hit continue here, they do have a bonus as well, right? You could get $300. So like I mentioned, they're giving incentive for you to open up those checking accounts. Now, the offer details is this. You need to enroll for this offer, you have to open up the personal checking account by January 31st. So as the date of this video, December 29th, you still have pretty much a whole month. This probably will renew in most cases, and you have to get Qualifying direct deposits. Remember, I told you guys want to switch your payroll to these banks in order to meet these criteria, in order to get these this is extra free money. Okay, that $300 covers another almost 6 months of your membership. Okay, easily. Okay, so qualifying direct deposits, $2,000 or more into that eligible account within 90 days of opening. Okay, so you got 3 months to be able to meet this direct deposit amount. It has to total 2,000. So if you're getting, $500 a month, that's not going to cut it because that'll only be $1,500 after 90 days. So you need a little bit more than $500 a month, which is very easy to do. Okay, not hard at all. Okay, once you hit that criteria, you're going to get an extra $300 bonus for just the checking account. Now, once you have the checking account, they have a fee as well. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about this real quick. So this one is simple banking with easy to use experience. Okay, minimum account opening fee is going to be $25. Okay, you get a $5 monthly maintenance fee or zero if you have you have to be under the age of 25, or you have to maintain a minimum daily balance of $500 in your account, or you have to be a member of their preferred rewards program. Okay, so typically the easiest one is to maintain a minimum daily balance of $300 in your account. If you already had the Chase and then you direct deposit more money into this account, you should easily be able to hit that $500 minimum so that you don't get hit with those monthly maintenance fees every month, okay? And that monthly maintenance fee is only $5, but it all adds up, right? They have the Advantage Plus checking, and they also have the comprehensive banking, okay? Or the Advantage Relationship Banking. So, you're building up your banking tiers here, but, you can waive these monthly maintenance fees, okay, with minimum deposits in these accounts, okay? That's relationship banking for Bank of America in a nutshell. We didn't go over American Express because it's not really that important. You can actually skip the relationship banking with American Express. There is a hack to get into American Express. Let me go back real quick. There is a hack to get into American Express. The hack is they're not a membership-only bank. You can actually create a checking account or just simply apply for their credit cards. But what I do want to make you aware of is if you have an authorized user trait line, that is American Express, that will get you to be able to get into their ecosystem, which will help you get an approval later on down the road. So if you know somebody who already has American Express and they want to add you as an authorized user to one of their credit cards, it's going to help your approval odds with American Express, okay? And it might even allow them to do a soft pull instead of a hard pull for your credit application, which could be detrimental, okay? So going back to Bank of America, let's go to their credit cards real quickly. They are giving you bonuses as well, right? We're getting bonuses pretty much across this board, okay? After spending $1,000 in purchases in the first 90 days. Very easy to do. That's like 2 gift cards. You're going to get a free $200. That also covers membership fees, or it can cover whatever else, other investments, or it can cover a direct deposit going into a different banking account, okay? So I know I'm hitting you guys with a lot of information, but all this, you can rewind the video, you can pause it, and this will be dropped in our Telegram chat so that you can review and go over it. Now, you're going to earn 3% cash back on the category of your choice. So these are rotating categories. And you're going to get low APR on purchases and qualifying balance transfers for 15 billing cycles. So for 15 months, basically, you're going to get 0% or low APR. Okay. A lot of these other cards are similar. Okay, $1,000 in purchases in 90 days, you're going to get a $200 bonus, 1.5 cash back on all purchases. Okay, and these are just some of the Bank of America credit cards. Okay, I love Bank of America as well because there is another strategy, another hack, and I'm going to tell you guys very shortly. I have a little bit of time left, so yes. So Bank of America, that is going to be another bank that we're going to acquire. So it's going to be Chase, American Express, and then Bank of America. Once we have these relationships, we can start outsourcing other banks, doing pre-qualification offers, and I'll have a list of the banks that you guys can apply for that are alternatives other than these three. Okay, all will be in the course, but we want to get them in this order: Chase, American Express, and then Bank of America. Okay. Now, last but not least, I want to tell you guys, so Bank of America does have a business auto loan. Okay. So if you are in the business of rental cars as well, Bank of America has a play, which is basically you can get a business auto loan with Bank of America, and that business auto loan can actually turn into multiple business auto loans. So you can actually get maybe 4 or 5 cars using Bank of America as a strategy with their bank business auto loan. Okay, so that is a major play. Okay, auto loans, but it's on the business side. So you got to go to small business, and then you go to their auto loans with their business. Okay, so that's pretty much it with relationship banking. Hopefully you guys got some value from this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications so that you get all upcoming updates anytime we drop a brand new one. Hope you guys had a blessed evening. Hopefully you guys got value. And like I said, make sure you leave a like. I'll see you guys on the next one every single Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am out.